Hi y'all, it's Andrea over at Sewspire.com, and I am here with the 10th tutorial in our Handmade Holiday Series, which began October 1st. I am really excited about today's project because it was born out of necessity. Of course, like a lot of my designs, it can be used for purposes other than which I have designed it for. So this is what it is, and it is designed to hold the paper plates. I bought a giant stack, thousands of biodegradable paper plates for the holiday season to kind of cut down on all the dishwashing and save my husband a little bit of time. And they've been sitting in the original bag on the counter, and every time I walk by it, I'm like, I could sew something to hold those that would be a little prettier. So that's what this is here. But I'm sure your creative genius can already see lots of possible uses for this. For this project, you're going to need two 10-inch circles for the base, and you're going to need two 32 by 8-inch rectangles for the sides. One of each piece will be interfaced with either quilt batting or your choice of fusible interfacing, okay? So you're going to begin by taking your rectangle and folding that in half and aligning the short sides, and go ahead and join those two short raw edges. I am using 5/8 of an inch seam allowance for this project. You're going to set that aside for a minute, and then take your circular base and press that in fourths so that you know exactly where center is and where each of the quarter marks are on that. Then you're going to take your sides, which you have sewn together, and you're going to quarter mark that as well. So first, fold that in half, and you could just crease it with your finger and put a pin in that. And then the opposite side, your quarter mark is already in place because that's the seam. So then after you get both of the sides marked, then fold it in half again, but overlap so that the side aligns with the seam and you can get the true center of each side. And you can press that with your fingers as well. And I like to go ahead and put a pin in there just in case those press lines disappear on me as I'm working with this. So now you have a large circle that has been divided into fours, and begin with that side seam and align that with one of the quarter marks on your circular base, and then go directly across to the opposite side and pin that in place, and then work with the two remaining quarter marks there and get those pinned in place. And then from there you can work within each little respective quarter, pinning and distributing that material as even as possible. And you may have a overlap there, which you can either absorb in the seam allowance by kind of pushing that seam allowance up. If that doesn't make sense to you, just go ahead and put a little pleat in it. It will still function perfectly and it will look nice as well. So don't worry too much about these aligning absolutely perfect, but depending upon the fabric that you're working with too, you're going to have some stretch in that. And so if you fiddle with it enough, you can probably get it pretty well aligned. So this one that I'm working with here is my interior, and as such does not have any lining or quilt batting or interfacing. It's just the cotton fabric for the interior, and that'll help reduce the bulk as well as the drying time, because you may want to be able to machine wash this. So I have the base pinned in place. So I'm going to start at the side seam using the 5/8 of an inch seam allowance again, and stitch all the way around that, attaching the side to the base. Okay, I've made it all the way around, and I've attached the base to the side there. I'm going to take this top edge and fold it over 1/2 inch. I think it's helpful to open up that side seam and reduce that bulk, and then I'm just going to run this across the iron there to flatten that. Okay, doke. So I have my interior. I have pre-crafted the exterior. It is assembled in exactly the same way, except again, you will add your quilt batting or your interfacing. For this one that we're making together, I pieced together the side panels to create a patchwork look. In the original prototype, I just used one fabric. I think it would also be super cute to use a contrast fabric on the interior, and then that would fold over and you would have a really nice look. So now I want to take my interior and fit that inside of the exterior, and I'm going to begin by lining up those side seams and the top edge. The exterior edge is folded inward, and then again that interior edge is folded over. So using some pins, I'm going to go ahead and align all of the top edges and that side seam and pin everything together nice and even. So once you're happy and everything is aligned, then you're going to remove your machine deck and run a row of top stitching all the way around to secure the interior and the exterior layers. Okay, I made it all the way around. The piece is finished. As you can see, it is generously sized and again could be used for a multitude of purposes. I really like the look of folding over that top edge, and you have a lot of flexibility with the height of this piece because all you have to do is increase that 8 inches to whatever height you would like. If you are especially clever, you can add a drawstring top to this, and then the drawstring could double as your handle. So again, this is our last tutorial for 2019, but it is not the last video for 2019 because I'm going to be back with you closer to the end of the month to do a Sewspire roundup video and share my plans for the channel for 2020. So I'll be off for a couple weeks here. During that time, I'm going to be filling our Create t-shirt orders. I have a big stack of long sleeve t-shirts over there that are waiting for me to embroider them today. I want to thank everyone who has placed an order or made a PayPal donation. I am so grateful, and we are about 10% of the way towards replacing my MacBook computer. I use the computer to edit the tutorials, and this one that I have here I bought when I founded the channel, so it is does not have enough storage space or memory on it for me, and it is starting to slow down. I also use the computer for our live chats, and those take place over in the Patreon community. So if you're interested in becoming a Sewspire patron, that is another way in which you can support the channel. And I will put links for both the t-shirts and the Patreon page down in the details. So just scroll down for more information about either of those opportunities. Thank you for spending these 10 weeks with me. I had a lot of fun with this Handmade Holiday Series, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. So until we meet again, as always, you know the creative genius in me will be celebrating the creative genius in you. I hope you all have a beautiful holiday season, and thank you again for watching. I'll see you soon.